my name is Yola and welcome to Yola's English Country again. And today we'll read my first book of planets, all about the solar system for kids. And we can at the start for chapter, page 7, the sun, and the end reading at the Mars, okay? Now, are you ready for read this 2 book and 2 story and meet some lots of characters? And now here we go. And first you can read my first book of planets, Sun. The sun is gigantic. 1 million Earth could fit inside the sun. The size of Earth compared to the sun is like the size of a mouse compared to an elephant. The distance from Earth to the sun is about 115 million kilometers or 93 million miles. That's really far. In this book, we will say how far other planets are from sun by using a distance between Earth and sun. A day is the time it takes a planet to spin all the way around the once. A year is the time it takes a planet to go all the way around the sun. And now Mercury. Mercury is closest planet to a sun and the smallest. Yeah, Mercury is very close to the sun. That means it might be very hot at the Mercury. And it is a rocky planet and mostly gray in color. Mercury had almost no atmosphere. It gets that can sort a planet. A atmosphere was let people, animals, and planet breathe, but there is nothing to breathe on Mercury. Because there's no air at a lot of solar system, but only a special planet Earth have air. And in daytime, the ground on Mercury is hotter than the oven. At nightmare is much colder and freezer. Sometimes you can see Mercury in our night sky. It looks like a bright star. How big is almost 18 Mercuries could fit inside Earth, how far from the sun? And a little less than 1 and 2 and the Earth to sun distance. How many moons? 0. And Mercury is covered with impact craters that look like balls. When a rock flies through the space really fast and hits the ground and make a crater. And now Venus. Oh, look, a Venus color is like a golden. And Venus is the second planet from the sun. It's a little smaller than Earth. It was so the rocky surface or ground. Venus spins in the opposite way compared to Earth. A Venus is atmosphere that keeps it warm like a blanket. The ground is very hot. It stays all day and night. The surface of Venus is hotter than storm. I think Venus is very hot too. And Venus has a lot of clouds. If you stayed on Venus, you would not be able to see the sun because of the clouds. Sometimes you can see a Venus in our night sky. It looks like a brightest star in the sky. The bubbles in soda are same the gas made of the atmosphere on Venus. How big? A little smaller than the sun. And how far away from the sun? A little more than 1 and 2, the sun to a sun distance. How many moons? 0. Mercury and Venus have 0 moons. And now our planet Earth. The Earth is the 3rd planet from the sun. It's our planet and our home. We live in the biggest of the 4 rocky planets. For Earth, one orbit around the sun takes 1 year, And how old are you? How many times you have traveled around the sun? Oh, if you go around one time, you'll be 1 year old. And if you round 2 times, you'll be 2 year old. Like that. I'm 10 year old now, so I go around the earth 10 times. And for Earth, Earth is mostly covered with oceans. From the space, Earth looks very blue because of the oceans and white because of the clouds. And Earth is special. It's the only place we know of that has life. Life on Earth includes planets and animals. Life on Earth includes you. You need to drink water, or living things need water. And Earth is the only place in the solar system with water already for you to drink. It makes Earth perfect for life. And how big? About 8,000 miles across from a sun, and 93 million miles from far away from the sun. And how many moons? 1 moon. And the moon. Now let's learn about the moon. And the moon is an object in space that goes around in a bigger object. Like a planet, some planets have many moons and some have none. And Earth has 1 moon, and we call it the moon. And the moon travels around the Earth. It also travels with us around the sun. And you can see moon at night. Sometimes you can see in the daytime. Yeah. From the Earth, we always see some same size of the moon. Sometimes we see all of it lit by the sunlight. It has called a full of the moon. And in other times, we see a part of the moon lit up the part of the dark. And each part's in the daytime on the moon, and the dark part is nightmare on the moon. And people have walked only 2 places in our solar system, Earth and Moon. And another planets are very hot or very cold or made of gas. So we can't go anywhere. We just go to Moon. And Mercury, Venus, and Earth, and Mars are made of rock. So we can stand in, but it might be very hot, except Earth. Because Earth have a daytime and a nighttime. So we can live on them. But another planets are very hot. And other planets are made of Jupiter, Saturn, and then Uranus and Neptune are made of gas and very cold. So we can go to that planet. We just go to Moon and Earth. And if you think of the moon as a tennis ball, the Earth will be a little bigger than a basketball. And now finally Mars. We read a rock planet today, and tomorrow we read a gas planet, okay? And Mars is a 4th planet from the sun. It's called a red planet because Mars looks very red. Oh, and Mars have a one tiny white thing on here. What's that? And it's called a red planet. A red rock, just dust covering the surface. A long time ago, there was a sea floating the water on Mars. Now it had some ice, salt water, but no liquid water. You could drink in the surface. Mars is much colder than Sun. Earth is icy polar cups, and Mars does too. And the polar cups are big areas of ice top or bottom of the planet, and they look in a big white spots. Yeah, they have a big white spots in the Mars. Now tomorrow we started here, and we end up reading this story. So that means tomorrow we read a new book and new stories to read, okay? And now, did you have fun? Yours English country come back with some this book, but not this story because it might be another planet to see. And are you excited to have another planet tomorrow? And please thumbs up my YouTube